What is up, guys? Today I am doing a new video series where I try to go for the rank 1 in the game. Um, it's going to take a few episodes. I think it'll be fun. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. It's not worth it to do this. The rewards are so bad. Matter of fact, if I was rank 1 for a year straight, the rewards still would not add up to anything good. But I'm going to go for it anyway because I finally have an attack and defensive strategy that I think can allow me to get there. And I figured I'd make a video series of it. So let's start attacking some bases here. Usually every single video I do something like entirely different. This is just going to be another attack video on the road to rank 1. I will keep you guys entertained by talking about some interesting things. For those of you that don't know, this is the strategy I'm using. Sacred Warrior and Puppet Master. I know you haven't seen that lineup before. To be honest, it's not optimal. Like you guys are going to see in this video, it looks like I'm completely shredding top bases. It's actually not the best strategy out there. I do make it work because I have enough glyphs and hero aids and whatnot. This strategy is really good. I would just replace Sacred Warrior with like Pyreal, Abyss Demon. Obviously, I'm not using Chrono Keeper and Zafon. I'm trying to keep it unique, so that's my whole shtick, if you guys don't know by now. But it definitely gets the job done, you know? One thing I will say, like I've been climbing trophies lately. I've gained about 500 trophies in the past like 3 days. And I will say the most crucial update this game needs is a rewards update for the game modes, because I am getting, I know this might not entertain you guys, but I'm getting so bored hitting these bases sometimes because I just know there's no reward behind it. I don't get anything for killing this base here, if you think about it, you know? And I know that's demoralizing, but that's just the cold hard truth of it. What do I get for killing this base right here? I wish rewards were a lot better. Even, look, I'm about to show you, even these chests should be way better. And I think to myself, why doesn't IGG change them? And I wonder if it's because they know friends and guildmates can boost each other. What other reason would it be, you know? But regardless, that's a topic for another video. I do want to make another video going over like changes that could be made, but it doesn't really ever get acted on, you know? I'm learning so much this past week, though, about the game that I just didn't know about prior. Like, once I started testing different things on my base, I learned a lot. So I'm going to have a lot of interesting content coming soon. I don't know why Lord Olympia Games hasn't arrived by now, but it's been an excessively long time. And when it finally does come, I'm going to try and convince my guild leader 1-1 to put me as the top stronghold base. And I'm going to hopefully have some really good content for when we battle, One World, United 66. Who knows like where the competition is nowadays? I feel like Lord Olympia Games hasn't been around for a second. The new hero is not going to really be involved in the meta. I don't really know like what much will change. This guy has a really tough like defense ministry, I can tell. I'm just I know I'm not keeping you guys like joyous and entertained, but I'm so frustrated that if let's say hypothetically I get rank 1 in this game, I'm not actually going to get anything from it. I think a way IGG could improve that situation is they make it so you can't find your guildmates in Lord's League. That would be really good. And then boosting would be like minimized a lot. By the way, I'll be honest, I cannot 3-star the top bases in the game with the strategy. I can't 3-star Adam. I can probably 3-star this guy. But Adam, Bama Boy, 1-1, FA, those are bases I cannot 3-star yet. I did 3-star this guy before. I don't know if I'll do it this time. He's a very tough base for me. The game has never really been the same since Spirit Steward was added. I know they nerfed her, but the defense never really got the pushback update it needed to like balance it out, in my opinion. I was thinking of some really cool things they could add to the game though, like whether it's on a glyph or a hero or equipment. One, they should make it like maybe like a fortitude or something where there's a % chance for a debuff to pierce through invincibility. I think that could give defense the balance it needs to like compete with how strong offensive lineups are nowadays. Another thing would be on defense, allowing buffs that your allies get to be shared with all allies on the field. Like, for example, if you get a healing buff applied to your Shadow Beast, it transfers to your Shooting Star. I think sharing buffs on defense could go a long way as well. Which brings me to my next point. I really want IGG just to add something that is not a hero or glyph set. Now they went on this like 1 year tear where they were adding equipment all the time. We got Siphoning Sphere, we got Mystic Boots, we got Ocean Pendant, there was one other equipment I forgot. I'll have to check after this. By the way, this guy's Renevan is so tanky. And they kind of stopped adding equipment in a consistent fashion. But even when they did add equipment, you could tell that the equipment wasn't that great. So like at the same time, if they want to add an equipment and profit from it, it's going to have to be really, really strong because the equipment we have in the game is just so OP. Like for something to be strong enough to replace Holy Hammer, Devilish Dagger, those kind of Spear. Oh, they had a Demon Cloak. The equipment they have to add that will outperform these well enough for people to actually invest in it, it's going to have to be super OP. And I don't know if IGG is comfortable taking that risk of adding something that overpowered. But the past 4 equipment we got since Dagger, I think it's hit or miss. I think Ocean Pendant is actually good the more I tested it. I think Demon Cloak is overrated, and obviously Mystic Boots and Siphoning Sphere, the community were pretty unhappy about, but yeah, like the reason I say that is because a lot of people in the community always want new equipment every update, but I've found that like it's not as good as an update as you might think because we have equipment that kind of suits every niche right now. But who knows? There's always something that could be added that's unique, Oh, that brings me to something else. I know this isn't a free-to-play friendly topic, but base themes. Like, for example, this guy is rocking the Joyous Jubilee base theme. There's a birthday cake here. There's a trophy over here. You see the dragon over here. There's only 3 in the game that give boosts. And you know what I have to do? I have to make a tier list video for the most profitable things IGG can add to the game. Because, like, I know that sounds so cringe of me to say, actually, now that I think about it, but there's just so many things they can add that will be healthier for the game and make them more money that is not a new hero. Like, for example, a new base theme. Power shards are so expensive, so hard to come across. Just add more base themes. If they want to upgrade buildings further, make the upgrades cost power shards. Boom, all of a sudden you can add a new town hall and it's not going to just cost some gold. Yeah. I'm 3-starring pretty much all the bases that are not the top bases. I can't 3-star myself, so that tells me something good about my new defensive strategy. The strongest base I probably 3-starred with this strategy is Jumanji. Let me look here. Oh, I lost this one. I did 3-star him earlier, though. Let's see. I was testing things here, so I did a bunch of losses. Just like dropping and surrendering. I test a lot of stuff, if you guys can't tell. Yeah, here we go. So I 3-starred Vega. He's like top 10 on the trophy count right now. Hyuna, I couldn't finish his base. Yeah, Jumanji right here, see? Some other good bases here. Clixie, Ibon. Yeah, lots of good. Oh, that brings me to another point. Another reason, let's see if I can 3-star this guy. Dare to Win, people think, some people say actually, is the best player in the game. I know when I was in United 66, people thought this guy was the best attacker. I don't know if I can actually beat this guy. Let's see. It's too hard to tell who's the best in this game, you know? I think there's like some clear-cut names that obviously make the list, but it's not it's because money is involved in this game and time, like upgrading things, it's not 100% skill-based, even though there is skill and tactics to this game, obviously. I will say right now, I think 1-1 is by far the strongest hitter in the game. He's kind of like in his prime now in terms of his account strength versus how strong defense is. I think he's like 3-starring everyone pretty much, even in Lord Olympia games. I might lose this battle. I didn't know Dare to Win had a strong defense like that, honestly. Someone must be upgrading or spending on his account still. Actually, it might even be him. I don't know. But I thought he was weaker on defense. I could still win this, honestly. Let me put auto battle on. The issue is my heroes are permanently stunned, which is the issue sometimes when you don't use Glory Priestess. I just cannot cast my skills. Oh, see, I might turn this battle around here. I think I could. Yep, I might win. I just got 1 star off him. Wow. So I got cut short on bringing up my other point here, but there is a huge issue with Lord's League that also makes me question maybe this is why IGG doesn't change the rewards. If you're losing a battle, matter of fact, I don't even want to say this on camera because people are just going to abuse it, but I will anyways. If you're losing a battle, let's say, for example, I died here. I can close my game out and the hit won't register. Dare to Win won't see the replay on his Lord's League defense replays. I won't lose trophies, and it will just count as like a no contest. And there are so many people abusing this, which is lame, but it's obviously to their advantage. It's like kind of like cheating, but it's also like everyone does it. So, and it's a shame because I will say for certain, I know there are a lot of people using this even against me. I had no heroes on my base for the past 2 months, and I would 3-star people, and I was getting hit all day nonstop when I had no heroes on base. People were chugging away at my trophies. I dropped hundreds and hundreds of trophies. I'm actually surprised I beat this guy. That's impressive, I think. He might be the strongest base I 3-starred, actually. I didn't 3-star him, I 2-starred him. But like I was saying, let's do this guy. I don't think I can 3-star Jay yet. Ever since I put my newly upgraded defensive setup on game, it's so obvious people are DCing when they hit me. Like, I have no defensive replays that are fails, where all of a sudden Lord's League and Guild Clash is going to come around, and the same people that were hitting me nonstop are going to get like 100 points on me. I'm not shunning it, I understand why people do it. They don't want to. There's multiple things. They don't want to lose trophies. They don't want people to know they're failing, and they don't want their competitors to know that their defense is working. Like Brandon, for example, straight up admitted he does that when he hits in Lord's League, just because he doesn't want people to know that either he's 3-starring them and it's easy, or that he's having trouble because their defense is strong. The good news is you can't do that in Guild Clash and Lord's League. So Guild Clash and Lord's League is like the moment of truth. It's like Judgment Day. And people never took Lord's League too seriously. This game has been out for 10 years, and Lord's League was never that serious. Of course, people try and maintain high rank. Wow, I 3-starred this guy before, and it looks like I might not this time. I don't know what went wrong. These Russian bases are stronger than you might think. I could still get some trophies here, though. Let's see. As long as my Sacred Warrior is alive, I can definitely win this. By the way, I don't know if you guys know, but in the Discord, Brandon uploaded, if you scroll down in the Discord to the way bottom, the bottom channels, there's a new tier list channel that is much more in-depth than my tier list videos. I did one generic tier list video. He categorized it into a tier list for offensive heroes, defensive heroes, offensive bastion heroes, defensive bastion heroes. I think he even did hero aids. So it's much more specific. I don't agree with the rankings, like 100% of the way, but it is a good guideline to follow for new players, I think. Once I started climbing the trophy leaderboard, I forgot, I realized how many Sapphires are still out there. A lot of Sapphires just hit my base for 1 or 2 trophies. Oh my gosh, I lost, bro. That's so annoying. Wow. I get a lot of stalemates with this lineup. Ooh, can I 3-star this guy? I don't think so. This will be my last hit before I close out the video. I might fail. Yeah, this is going to be hard. I don't know if I can do this. Should I go for it? Yeah, why not? A real rank 1 player shows no fear, even though I'm afraid to hit like Adam. By the way, there's a new world's first 300 hero in the game. Bow Ranger, the player in Warriors. He got the world's first level 300 Bow Ranger, which is quite scary. I imagine the clones, when you have a level 300 Bow Ranger, the clones finally might do something useful. I'll show you his base after this hit, which I might lose. I don't know if this is going to go well. By the way, I never made a video addressing my 300 Shadow Beast. Maybe I do that. But yeah, he has a level 300 Bow Ranger. He's now, it appears to be going for a level 300 Lone Gunner. I actually think Lone Gunner is better than Bow Ranger. Matter of fact, I think Lone Gunner is like a near perfect hero. I think he's S tier, honestly. Like 5 years from now, I said this in my tier list videos, like the heroes that really stand the test of time, like every investment you make in them goes a really long way, I think are truly the best heroes. Like a good example is Renee Ven. Always going to be good. Penthesilea, always going to be good. I think Lone Gunner is one of those heroes defensively, actually. I think he's S tier. I think Bow Ranger is going to fall off in time. I don't think he has a perfect kit. I think he just does one thing really well. But at the same time, he is a perfect hero aid, so you'll never count him out fully. But Lone Gunner, I think like 5 years from now, he's still going to be amazing. Matter of fact, I think he might come into the meta one day, just because his insight is amazing, his skill is amazing, his fortitude is amazing. His divine isn't perfect, but bro, I just cannot kill this guy. All right. Yeah, my first episode, it went pretty well. Let's see, 2 losses, and I had a good amount of wins here. So we definitely climbed overall. But yeah, I will be doing more of these. Let's see what rank I'm at right now. Right now I'm rank 37, and I have to get to rank 1, which is currently occupied by Xerxes. Now, offensively, I am not stronger than these guys. But the good news is I don't have to beat their bases to pass them in the rankings. Defensively, I might be stronger than these guys. Let me show you Bow Ranger's base real quick. This is actually really cool. Yeah, 300 Bow Ranger. Look at these stats. Nearly perfect glyph setup. Lone Gunner is so good as well. He looks like he's going for that. I think there's actually someone in the community going for level 300 Djinni, which is crazy to me, but you know. Will I go for another 300 hero? Yeah, probably. I don't know who it will be yet, but I'm sure at some point I will. There was one other thing I wanted to say. What was it? Oh yeah. I want to make this series interesting. I don't just want to be like endlessly talking and hitting and spamming buttons. The next series, I think what I'm going to do to keep it fun is I'm going to, every time I hit a base, if I beat that base, I'm going to go to that actual base and I'm going to give them a defensive tip to make their base stronger. So it'll be a lot more interactive. I think you guys could learn a lot. And I'm not going to give away too much because I don't want everyone knowing my ultimate defensive secrets, but I will give them a generous piece of advice that will like make their defense stronger if they implement it. And you guys will obviously know the advice as well. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. And of course, I will be continuing this series, but I'm always open to making new videos if you guys want one. I'm happy to do that. I think actually I'm going to do a buying video guide where I like go over when I buy jewels, like the most optimal times. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys for watching. See ya.